Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Sunday, September 6, 2015, around 7:18 in the evening, Billerica, Massachusetts. Sun's going down. It was a nice day with comfortable air. It's gone for a while, but it will be back, going in a heat wave and stuff like that. And the seasons are changing. The sun goes down around this time. Don't like it at all, because that's a sign that winter's coming. But hopefully we have a true fall season. Maybe we'll have a long stretch of Indian summer and stuff like that. The pumpkin season's out. Like to have like pumpkin iced coffee, pumpkin pie, pumpkin everything. Maybe you'll have pumpkin burgers. Some news to report. One little tidbit. The Lowell Spinners beat the Vermont Lake Monsters by a score of 7-1 today at LaLasha Park. It was Harry Potter Day. The Spinners and the Lake Monsters will finish their season tomorrow at LaLasha Park. This is the last game of the year for the Lowell Spinners, and then they're gone into next summer and stuff like that. WCAP 980 will have the game. And then that will be it. The next big major Lowell sporting event will be UMass Lowell Hockey. That's about it on the news. My third and final video blog subject of the night is the personality profile. Tonight's personality profile is Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher Tom Terrific, the franchise, Tom Seaver. Tom Seaver pitched 20 seasons in Major League Baseball, mainly with the New York Mets. He's probably the most famous pitcher in New York Mets history. He's probably the most famous face in New York Mets history. He was a star pitcher for them. He was one of only 24 pitchers to win 300 or more games, and he was a workhorse when he was pitching. Tom was born and he grew up in Fresno, California. His real name is George Thomas Seaver, but he was nicknamed Tom. He played basketball and baseball in high school. He was actually an all-city for basketball and all-city for football and stuff like that. And after he graduated from high school, Tom served in the United States Marine Corps for 1 year. Then he went to Fresno City College and the University of Southern California to play baseball, and he was a great baseball player and stuff like that. The Dodgers drafted Tom in the 10th round in the 1960 Major League Baseball first year draft, but Tom didn't sign with the Dodgers because he wanted too much money. He wanted about 20 grand, and Dodgers didn't want to give it to him, so he went back to college. The Braves drafted Tom in 1966, but his contract was voided because he had problems with like school and stuff like that, and the commissioner of baseball at the time had a special signing. One of three teams were going to get Tom Seaver. It was either going to be the Mets, the White Sox, or the Phillies, and the New York Mets got Tom Seaver. And Tom Seaver only spent 1 year in the minor leagues in 1966. He was called up to the big leagues in 1967, and he pitched 20 seasons in the big leagues, mainly for the New York Mets, but he pitched for Cincinnati Reds, Chicago White Sox, and the Boston Red Sox. And he won 1967 Rookie of the Year in the National League. He had 4 seasons when he won 20 or more games. 12 seasons, he had an ERA of under 3. 10 seasons, he had at least 200 or more strikeouts. 12 seasons, he pitched 10 or more complete games. 12 times he pitched in the All-Star game. He was a 3-time National League Cy Young Award winner, and he finished in the top 10 in NL Cy Young Award voting 7 other times. He led the National League in strikeouts 5 times. 3 times he led the National League in wins. 3 times he was an ERA champion stuff. And he won the 1969 World Series. He also pitched in the 1973 World Series. Tom Seaver regularly pitched between 250 and 300 innings and stuff. That's amazing and stuff, because you don't see pitchers pitch those kinds of innings again at all. They're lucky these days, pitchers, to have 1 or 2 complete games. Tom was a workhorse and stuff. He won his 300th game in 1985 with the White Sox. He ended his career with the Boston Red Sox in 1986. He suffered an injury towards the end of his time with the Red Sox, so he was ineligible for postseason play. But if he it would have been something if he somehow pitched in the 1986 World Series against his team that he made famous, the New York Mets. He tried to pitch in 1987. He got sent to the minor leagues and stuff, try to get it back, but he says he didn't have what it takes to go back to the big leagues, and he retired then. And his career record was 311 wins, 205 losses, a 2.86 ERA, 3,640 strikeouts, 231 complete games, that's a lot, and 61 shutouts. His number 41 was retired by the New York Mets. After he retired, Tom Seaver went into broadcasting. He became a color man for Major League Baseball games on NBC. He actually worked some postseason games for ABC while an active player. Then he was a color man from time to time for the New York Yankees and the New York Mets. He's in the Mets Hall of Fame. He's also in the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame. He pitched a no-hitter for the Cincinnati Reds in 1978 and stuff. And he was voted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1992 with the biggest percentage of votes ever for a first-year player. 98.6% of the votes. That's pretty amazing and stuff like that. In recent years, Tom has been suffering from some health problems with like Bell's palsy and short-term memory loss. That's not good, but he still goes to the Hall of Fame ceremony every single year and stuff, and signs autographs and stuff during Hall of Fame weekend and stuff. He's probably the most famous New York Mets pitcher of all time and player of all time. And I read a few books about Tom Seaver, pretty good and stuff like that. He hasn't written his own autobiography yet. Maybe he won't, but he's a legend in New York Mets. And that's about it on Tom Seaver. That's about it on these video blogs, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Tomorrow, because of the holiday, Labor Day, there's only going to be 2 video blogs. There will be no morning video blog. The first video blog tomorrow will be in the afternoon. It will be about a what-if scenario. What if, like, the Mr. Perfect gimmick and the Red Rooster gimmick was switched around with Kurt Hennig giving the Red Rooster gimmick, and Terry Taylor giving the Mr. Perfect gimmick, because that was an urban legend when Kurt Hennig and Terry Taylor came into the WWE around the same time in December 1988. They had either of the 2 choices between the Mr. Perfect gimmick or the Red Rooster gimmick, and tell you how those situations would have been played out if Taylor had the Mr. Perfect gimmick and Kurt Hennig had the Red Rooster gimmick. And the second video blog will be about Red Sox principal owner John Henry. Lots of great stuff coming up here in the coming days, weeks, months, and years ahead. Maybe there'll be a guest coming something soon and stuff like that. You never know. Maybe I could get a cute blonde from Orlando, Florida to be interviewing her. There's a lot of them that I talk about on here. Have a good night, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And like I always say, keep calm. And I'm a Julie Brennan guy. Molly Rosenblatt of Fox 35 Rocks, Amy Swenzy of Weiss Chew Rocks, and Elizabeth Hutt of Local 6 is awesome. And in the words of Dr. Thomas Sharkey, this action will not be tolerated at BMHS. Good night. See you tomorrow.